Today, we're diving into a really serious topic, the pulmonary embolism. It's a silent threat that can travel through your body and in an instant become a major medical emergency. So let's break down exactly what it is, where it comes from, and why you need to know about it.
So, what are we talking about here? A pulmonary embolism, or PE for short, is basically a blood clot that gets stuck and creates a blockage in your lung. Now you can imagine why that's a huge deal. It messes with your blood flow and your body's ability to get the oxygen it desperately needs. And this isn't some super rare thing you only read about. Get this. In the US alone, a whopping 900,000 people are affected by a PE every single year. I mean, that's just a staggering number. It actually makes it the third most common cardiovascular emergency, right behind a heart attack or a stroke. Okay, but here's what's so tricky about a PE. The problem almost never starts where you'd think. To really get what's going on, we have to follow this clot on its journey through the body. It's literally a traveling threat. See, a blood clot forms somewhere else entirely. Most of the time, it's deep in the veins of your leg or maybe your arm. That's a condition called deep vein thrombosis, or DVT. The real danger kicks in when a piece of that clot breaks off, travels all the way through your bloodstream, through your heart, and then, bam, it gets stuck in your lung, blocking a critical artery. And let's be crystal clear about how serious this is. The Cleveland Clinic doesn't mince words. This is a full-blown medical emergency. Getting treated fast is everything. Without it, about a third of people who have a PE don't survive long enough to even get a diagnosis. Okay, so if it's that serious, how in the world would you know if it's happening to you? Well, this is where it's so important to listen to your body and recognize the warning signs it might be sending. These are the big ones to watch out for. The number one sign is a sudden, totally unexplained shortness of breath. You might also feel a sharp pain in your chest that gets way worse when you try to take a deep breath. Other telltale signs are a racing pulse, a sudden cough, or feeling dizzy and lightheaded. The key word you need to remember in almost every case is sudden. It comes out of nowhere. So, here's the most important takeaway of this entire explainer. If you have these symptoms, especially if they hit you suddenly, you need to get medical help right away. Do not wait. Time is absolutely critical, and getting treated fast dramatically reduces the risk of death. Now, while a PE can technically happen to anyone, some things definitely put you at a higher risk. Understanding what those are is really the first step toward preventing one in the first place. So let's break down who is most susceptible. First, let's talk about medical conditions. These are some major red flags. If you've had a blood clot before, like a DVT, your risk is definitely higher. Same goes if you've recently had major surgery, or if you're dealing with conditions like heart failure or cancer. Basically, anything that can damage your veins or slow down your blood flow creates the perfect storm for a clot to form. And then you've got risks that come from our everyday lives and habits. Things like sitting still for a really long time. Think about a long flight or a road trip. That allows blood to pool in your legs. Other big ones are smoking, being overweight, pregnancy, certain types of hormonal birth control, and of course, age. Your risk goes up after you hit 60. Okay, so let's say someone gets to the hospital with these symptoms. What happens next? Well, the medical team kicks into high gear, and they are focused on two things: finding that clot and fighting it fast. The diagnosis process is pretty methodical. First, they're going to talk to you, review all your symptoms and risk factors. Then comes a blood test that looks for something called a D-dimer. It's basically a little clue left behind when a clot dissolves. So if your levels are high, it's a hint there might be a clot. But the gold standard, the test that really shows what's going on, is a CT angiogram. It's a special scan that lights up the arteries in your lungs. They'll also probably do an ultrasound on your legs to see if they can find the original clot, the DVT that started it all. Once the PE is confirmed, treatment usually comes down to two main types of medication. Think of it this way. For most people, doctors use anticoagulants, which you probably know as blood thinners. These are like a defense shield. They stop new clots from forming while your body gets to work breaking down the one that's already there. But if it's a massive, life-threatening clot, they bring out the big guns, thrombolytics. These are clot busters that actively go in and dissolve the blockage. Just surviving a PE is a huge victory, but the journey doesn't stop there. The road back to health is all about recovering and making sure this never, ever happens again. So what does recovery actually look like? Well, you'll probably start to feel a bit better within a week or so, but the full journey is a marathon, not a sprint. Most people will be on blood thinners for at least 3 to 6 months, and it's so important to be patient with yourself because it can take months, sometimes even years, for your heart and lungs to fully get back to normal after that kind of strain. And here's the really empowering part.
the things you can actually do to lower your risk. It's all about keeping your blood flowing well. Things like regular exercise, moving your legs around on long trips, staying hydrated, and of course, not smoking and keeping a healthy weight. These are all incredibly powerful. Even simple stuff, like trying not to cross your legs for long periods, can make a real difference.
And finally, we have to talk about the mental and emotional side of things. Going through a life-threatening event like this is scary, and it can leave its mark. I think this quote from the Cleveland Clinic says it all. It's a reminder that it is absolutely okay to admit you've been through something tough and to get the support you need to process it all.
So, that's our journey through the world of the pulmonary embolism. We've seen how it starts, we've learned the warning signs, the risks, and the path to recovery. If there's one thing to take away from all this, it's awareness. Knowing these signs isn't just information, it's power. It could save your life or maybe the life of someone you care about. So that leads me to our final question for you. Knowing all this, what's one step you can take for your own health, starting today? Thanks for watching.